What is up, everyone? As y'all can obviously tell from the obvious quality of this video, my situation has been changed a little bit. To put this in perspective, as much as I'm kind of ashamed to say it, but I'm homeless currently. Turns out the leap of faith that I had took was a plunge into the ocean, and now I kind of have to swim or die. Uh, to say the least, as I mentioned before, trying to become a big time professional wrestler. Well, not big time professional wrestler, but in the process of me trying to become a professional wrestler, I basically packed up all my things and I moved out here to Texas with intent on this job transfer coming through. And needless to say, the job transfer didn't come through. So now I'm in Texas, no job, no place, and I kind of gotta find a way to get everything the way that I need it to be between now and then. I have been throwing out applications all over the place. I do have an internet set up actually today, later today. And the reason why I'm doing this video now instead of like in the daytime is because it gets really hot in my car throughout the day. And the last thing I want is to shoot a video of me in my car and I'm just, basically melting in front of you. So, unfortunately you got like this silhouette kind of thing going on. So, there's that. On the good news though, like I actually did, this past week has been kind of incredible wrestling wise. I got a chance to train. I'm actually in front of the place where I'm training at right now. I don't know. There's no way to see it because the back window is foggy. Once again, I didn't really take into consideration exactly how much body heat I throw out there because, man, I tell you, these windows were not foggy before I got back in the car. But on a good foot though, I actually have been surviving. I do have a little bit of money saved up, so I'm not completely in the red. And I was never really a big spender anyway, so every now I don't really like buy like expensive food or try to live the high life even though I'm literally incapable of doing so. So, like I said, it's been a week. This is my first weekend. I did get a chance to share the ring with the likes of Jacob Fatu and Zilla Fatu and Johnny Lyons and a whole bunch of young prospects at the training facility who are going to become ridiculously talented wrestlers one day. So, like I said, wrestling wise, it's been pretty good, but obviously every other aspect has not been. So I basically sacrificed having a home and having a job with getting that much closer to my dream. And so yeah, like I said, a leap of faith and more like a deep plunge. Um, what else? I mean, being homeless, by the way, has actually kind of motivated. Being homeless is definitely kind of made me a little bit more political thinking. Like I was already political thinking before, but now it's only gotten a little bit more crazy because I hope you don't mind. I'm holding the camera with my hand in contrast to the computer cam, which, by the way, I owe a great deal to my roommate for letting me have the computer camera and the everything else. But yeah, like being homeless in this situation has really kind of made me think, about just how close 2024 is and how there are the whole reason why my situation is kind of dire right now is simply because there's an entire political party out there basically okay with making life as miserable as possible for people in my situation. So I'm at this point right now where it's like if you're not talking about what you're going to do about homelessness, what you're going to do about global warming, because we're in the middle of a heat wave right now, and I did not think this through. I really did go to Texas in the middle of July and it's July is one of the hottest months of the year every year, and here I am, just literally kind of battling the elements, just trying to find a shady spot to keep my stuff in, because I don't know. I have a handful of electronic devices, and I don't want them to basically melt in my car. And I'm just hoping that that don't happen. Like, I got them shielded, I got them shielded. I got them kind of, like covered up with like stuff that wouldn't get hot and stuff like that. But I don't know about the devices themselves. So that's kind of a little frustrating ordeal to have to endure. But yeah, it's sad, it's frustrating, it's annoying, but I'll survive. I have to anyway. Hopefully this interview, it goes through and I'll have at least some income. So, I can go back to saving up money and getting everything situated the way I need it to be. So there's that. But yeah, like I said, if politicians in 2024 aren't talking about, homelessness or reparations for black people or climate change, or, just like basic issues that I know that are directly affecting me right now, then I can't vote. I can't in good conscience vote for these cats. And I know that the Republican Party is too busy saying, the gays are bad, or whatever. Needless to say, I am, I'm in a bad way. Hopefully it gets better. I am, in fact, ashamed of myself. I am, in fact, like this is the lowest I probably ever felt in life. Because things did not go the way that I expected it to go. It's not like this isn't an on the whim decision. This isn't like I'm just gonna pack up and leave. This isn't one of those privileged, like there's always, you ever seen like on social media, there's always those statements where it's like, dude, sometimes you just gotta pack up and just move to another state. And it's like that statement is like so doused in so much privilege, it's ridiculous. Like first off, before you get there, first off, you have to, it costs so much money to move. You have to have a place set up, you gotta have a job set up, you gotta have all these things, you have to have so much stuff locked down before that ever happens. It's not as simple as just packing up and moving. And trust me, I know from experience. It's like, well, you just didn't plan correctly. And it's like yeah, I clearly didn't. But it's like nobody ever talks about the planning portion when it comes to, just pack up and move, man. You just need to see the world. And nobody talks about the planning. Nobody talks about accommodating. Nobody talks about how much money it costs. They just say, just get up and move. So, I can easily say, this was not an on-a-whim decision. I thought I had my ducks in a row. But I think the thing that really kind of got me was ultimately that I was so fixated on the idea that maybe could mean yes instead of maybe meaning no. If there's one thing I used to know, is that anything other than a yes is a no. And in this one instance, I was blinded by my dream more than anything else. So I'm like, okay, let's be confident. Maybe in this case, maybe means yes. Nope, maybe means not yes. So yeah, here's to hoping, that things get better. But if they don't, I'm not really surprised. On a good foot though, my roommate back in Georgia, essentially basically all but said that, I always have a place there. So that's a good feeling. And I'm pretty sure that if I were to go back to Georgia, I could probably get my job back. But, I don't expect to get I'm not going to say I don't expect to get my job back, but it is kind of frustrating because I do know that, first off, one of my old managers over there, it would be very, very against me coming back. I know two of them would specifically, but they're not the head managers. So, I don't think that I think the head manager is the only one that does the hiring. It's just a lot. It's just a whole lot. But, yeah, I'm depressed about this. I am hurt. I do feel bad, but Que sera, sera. I mean, like, it wouldn't be me without, like, some kind of adversity. I'm kind of used to, like, something that I do kind of coming back to bite me in the behind a little bit. But, in this instance, it was just like, man, I at least thought that I would have had a job by now. But it's just my first week. Here's to hoping things improve. Love and peace, y'all. Be easy.